The 25th of September 2022. It is getting closer and closer to the darker sort of times. We don't want to talk about that right in this minute here, but of course, welcome to the channel here. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to have a little bit of a chat with us. That's what we're here for. And of course, we hope that some people are going to pop by and say hello to us. The kiosk has closed, and you've got Julian Spoons as Plum there. And of course, he's the first one to tune in this afternoon here. And he would be because he's right next to me here. So hello to you, Julian. And of course, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
And first of all, tell us about your organ show, which is going to be slightly earlier than usual.
Right,
You can have to speak up because I've got my radio mic today.
let me finish. Right, okay. It should be around about between 5 and 7. That's all to plan. Hopefully, if it's at 5 o'clock, it'll be at 5 o'clock. Do around about just after 6 or so. It'll be hymn tunes and two, what do you call it, preludes. Probably be a prelude at the start and a prelude at the end of like an organ voluntary, maybe. Or maybe I can fit in with a made-up piece as well. So I'll be demonstrating a little bit about the instrument, a small chance of that. So it'll be about 3 hymns each half. First of all, I've got the name of all the songs. If anyone likes a hymn tune they haven't heard on our channel, please through to chat with us at that.
And I
Yeah.
presume it would be an out of copyright tune because of YouTube.
Oh yeah, because of YouTube. Yeah. If we had a PVR license, we'll be
PVR license, PRS, you mean?
PRS license, whatever license it's called.
Yeah, Performing Rights
Yeah,
Society, you know.
As long as we talk over the top of it, we should be all right. So
Yeah, we do a lot of commentaries over the top. Explain that, John.
we do a lot of commentaries on top.
And tell them who does it.
Well, Nick Coffee does that.
Coffee?
That's what it is, isn't it?
Decaffeinated latte, John.
Coffee does that later now. Well, he's changed the scene now. So bearing in mind that's who narrates on top of it. So Julian Spoons Plum. I don't wish we call plum, but there we go. Because it sounds like a plum tomato. Apart from that, I'm not going to say too much about it. So it's on the technical.
So tell us what that is again. And that's your electronic show, you know. Nice and relaxing, which is the new name for it now.
So it might be a bit blurry on the lights, but we'll soon see if you move the camera a little bit back, it might be all right.
So that's Julian Spoons, otherwise known as Plum, who's going to perform some nice and relaxing tunes on the electronic organ. Is that right?
Absolutely. Hopefully you'll be about 5 o'clock time, 5 to 6, just after 6 or something like that. Depends on how many, if I can fit the music in between that time. So it depends on how much the music I choose is adequate for that length of time. So and there'll be a little bit of a tutorial on that organ as well for learners that want to know the piano. You have to start learning the piano or go into piano lessons first in music. This is for all primary school people as well, teaching music. It's not just about rhythm, it's about playing music instruments as well as rhythm. That's what they're teaching in schools, they're teaching rhythm. Well, that does come into it, but if you want to play a music instrument, you have to play at least a piano or a saxophone or clarinet or whatever it is, or at least have an instrument, a trumpet or clarinet or whatever it is. It could be a triangle, that's the easiest instrument of the lot. You always got to go ting.
Exactly.
And it's all time.
Exactly.
It's all timing. It could be.
So remind us, sorry, Julian, what time it will be.
If it's at 5 o'clock, it'll be 5 o'clock.
Is there a reason for this?
Because there is not an important sport match. So obviously.
What's the sport match?
Well, does anyone want to know? Well, it's to do with football. England versus Germany was the last Nations League game, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's more like a friendly. I can't say it's on one of the channels anyway, so get glued to watching that later on. So
Get glued to watching it.
if you,
Watching England play, despite what happened the other day.
or if you want to watch Bullseye instead. On
Right, okay. We've got a shout out to mention now. Yeah, so welcome to the channel if you are just tuning in. Okay, yeah, let us know. Julian's got the comments coming in as well. So, of course, you'll hear his voice as well. So, thank you very much, Julian, just for the time being. He's going to do his nice and relaxing show at 5 p.m. tomorrow night. And
if it's not 5 p.m., it'll be 6 p.m.
yeah, depends on that kind of thing. It's about an hour or so of just chilling music, basically. And, of course, it'll be narrated and a bit of commentary by myself. So, hello to the people who are in the chat room now. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get the chat up here. It's late. So Ben Wilkins, hello to you. Where are you watching from? Let us know. He wants to shout out to Sarah Cox, please. She's the biggest fan of your organ playing. Wow, thank you very much indeed.
It'd be even more biggest fan if
so if that's what you want on the channel a bit more often, do let us know. We'd like to hear from you on that note. A lot of people say on that particular note. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust this. The system here. So yeah, Julian will be in the chat. If he wants to move himself around, he can come and say hello to you. I've got this warm hat on today because it's basically pretty cold, so well, it's getting that way. But earlier I was doing a promo without my hat on, so that is a huge sort of difference. So of course, in terms of touring with us, of course, anyone is welcome to donate to, including, of course, going towards touring with us in terms of what Julian has performed on his organ for him to continue to doing it. And he's a freelance organ player. He can go anywhere he likes within reason. So, yeah, and within sort of local rates at the moment, depending on where it is, obviously. But like I say, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask any questions whatsoever, what you have liked and what you have maybe want to tell us how to improve things, that kind of thing, more of a constructive kind of way. So feel free to ask that an important question right this minute here, if you wish, and where you would like us to end up going. Is there a town or village or seaside resort maybe? We have done seaside resorts, but we leave it to the experts to do that. That can go further afield. So Julian's done a promo here. Do tune in around about 5 on Monday on here for chill out music, nice and relaxing basically. He's forgot to put that, but of course I'll just add it on that note there. So yeah, we are in Feastown Park. We just had a feast actually. Well, I did anyway, even though it's colder temperatures than it has been recently. And the feast here at the kiosk, which is just literally across where I'm sitting now, is about £1.30, which is actually not too bad for your families there that still want feasts. But we're actually in East Town Park. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and it is a pleasure to shout out some names today already, and that was kind of like catching us as a surprise as well. So 8 minutes gone on the clock already. It is Sunday the 25th of September 2022, and of course we have been to different sort of places. I have done solo little trips to places like Biggleswade, which has a huge already audience on that. I never expected that for a new town, although I have promoted it on their group on Facebook, which has made a little bit of a difference. And also some new places like Hitchin. There are some other places that I'd like to come back to at some stage, like Royston is another one. I haven't done an actual lengthy video of Royston, although there is one on the channel somewhere. But of course, things do update, things improve. There's always new things that happen in certain towns that we don't know about. And, and I'll get a cold in my throat. And no, obviously things change, and the weather changes as well. So that can be a huge difference to a lot of things as well. So Julian's eating crisps. I don't know quite why he's doing that. He's over there munching crisps.
Do stand by.
What's the flavour, Julian? Can anyone guess?
It's a cheese flavour.
It is a cheese with the onion to go with it. So yeah, that's already giving it away there. So if you want to donate to us, the way to do that is very simply, of course, you can use the GoFundMe, which is the link on the About section, or you can use nclouds@hotmail.co.uk, which is on PayPal, which is of course an American firm, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. And of course, yeah, anything that you do donate, you could well be entered within a draw to win an item like a mug of some kind. But yeah, if you do want to purchase one, do let us know as well. We are charging them about, of course, $9.99 at the moment. If you do want to purchase one of those items, feel free to let us know. And of course, private message on touring with us on our social media pages, like of course Facebook or Twitter, wherever you see us. Let us know your address so that we can send your back to you as soon as possible. All you have to do is, of course, send your fee over to PayPal, which is probably the quickest way to do so, or you can actually do it you can actually do it, where else can you do it? You can actually do it on GoFundMe. You can send it through that way as well. Sorry, getting voices around the park here at the moment. Someone's talking on the phone. Not to us though, but yeah, of course, if you have any questions right this minute here of what you'd like us to do, even if you're watching later stage, do let us know. Kay Payne is in the chat here. Good afternoon to you as well. Do you have a question for us? Of course, have you seen a video that you particularly liked? Do let us know, and thank you very much for the thumbs up as well. Oh, we've got some planes going ahead of us. Oh, the planes are still running from UK to European countries. Oh no, it's a helicopter just flying above us here. So hello, Christian Payne. I believe you're watching from, is it Surrey, is it?
No, Watford.
No, Watford area. So yeah, I believe there is a contact, of course, for the Wetherspoons. Do find out about that, because we have got some plans, well, got some ideas and suggestions for Wetherspoons. So yeah, your question I'm going to read to you. Thank you very much for that. It's a Christian. So yeah, will you be doing Letchworth Garden City? Oh, of course, that is a good one to do, because we go through there on train, providing there's no train strikes, which is what is happening at the moment in October. I believe there's one on the 1st, and is there one on the 15th?
5th.
On the 5th as well. So
I'm not sure about the 8th.
I'm not sure about the 8th, so I'm sure it's going to be announced already. Some dates have been announced of the train strikes, and some we're not sure of, Julian. Is that right? To make it absolutely clear. So yeah, it's something that we could look into. Letchworth Garden City is a new place for us. Yeah, I think Julian hasn't been to any of the latest solo ones that I've actually been to, such as Hitchin, Hatfield, and Biggleswade as well, and even Peterborough. I don't think you've been to either, which I visited recently. If you want to check out Peterborough, feel free to do that. There's not many people or videographers actually doing Peterborough at the moment, unless I'm mistaken about that in the future, because you could well be watching a video soon of another videographer doing it. So, and I haven't seen many videographers doing it, to be honest with you, but of course there are a few that are doing it, but I haven't seen many at this moment of time, unless that obviously changes. So yeah, Peterborough I've done, and I visited 2 spoons there, the Draper's Arms and the College Arms as well, so do check that out. And of course the first one being the Draper's Arms, would you visit that spoons? And there is a video on that right now, and very shortly there's a very sneak preview of the Drabbit Smock in Haverhill. If you've never checked that out, I've done a careful video of that, and of course I actually mentioned one of the bartenders at the time, and quite a long serving one since it first opened, Brian Tripp, who of course was a fantastic bar server at the time, and he's sort of deeply missed by many, and it's not talked about a lot. But of course, his name is actually written on the side of the bar. All the deaths that have happened, not literally in the pub, but of course a lot of people that have died involved with the Trabbit Smock somehow, whether it's a customer or someone that's worked behind their bar. But Brian actually, you know, we knew for quite some time since it first opened, and of course I always said to him, of course, live every day as if it's your last, and he agreed with that at the time. So yeah, and he was a great server, and definitely to this day definitely missed. But anyway, yes, every time I walk into the Trabbit Smock, I always think he's there somewhere, you know, and people tend to forget that he was a great worker of the Trabbit at the time. But yeah, and people tend to forget about him. Maybe they don't, but of course I haven't heard it being mentioned. That is my point on that. So yeah, great staff still at the Trabbit Smock in his memory. So I can't fault them for what they do and the hard work that they do to keep the customers happy, all that kind of thing. So they do great stuff at the Trabbit Smock. I can't fault them whatsoever. So yeah, there is a video coming up for that, and of course I explain about the Brian trip and the reason behind that, all that. So yeah, if you want me to do a spoons near you in the town, is there a spoons in Letchworth Garden City? Do let me know. I'd like to hear from you before the rain chucks it down here. And you see a little bit of the sunset. I don't know if you can very well here. Is there a bit of sunset behind me there? I don't know if I can show it to you, but of course, yeah, sometimes you will get some sunset here in this particular part of Hayville. It is a unique part here, and of course there are people that walk their dogs down here, and of course there's so many things that go on here in terms of events throughout the whole year. Obviously the kiosk is open weekends, and of course school holidays and half terms, that kind of thing, right the way through till October. So it's definitely worth noting that. So have you got anything else to say, Julian, whilst you're here? Well, I might as well put the camera onto you now. No.
Right,
hang on, let's put the camera back onto you.
Well, you had a coffee there.
Hang on,
your throat's dry.
we can't see much here.
Do let anybody know tomorrow about the chill out music for your.
That's it. We'll have to do it like that.
So around about 5 for chilling, about an hour or so on the organ before.
Well, we did mention it earlier, but if you've got anything else to talk about, Julian, any other places that you haven't been?
I haven't been. I haven't been to Enfield.
You haven't been to Letchworth Garden City, have you?
No, I've heard of it, but.
Is there a spoons there? I believe there is, but I'm not quite sure. Do let us know if there is a spoons there, because we haven't been there. Not that I know of, anyway. I've been through it on the train, but
who knows?
It looks quite a nice place for what I've seen.
I haven't been to Clacton for a long time. I haven't been to Hemsworth for a long time.
Anyone want us to go to Clacton this time of year?
A bit chilly. We tried doing it in January. It was cold. Busy your throat down there.
Yeah.
I haven't been down to Jaywick at all.
Jaywick is next to Clacton, Julian.
Yeah, I do know that.
I've stayed the night. I stayed the night in, Jaywick, and there's been a videographer, kind of well-known videographer that we saw the other day in Great Yarmouth, and of course, yeah, his name is Walk With Me Tim, and he actually did Jaywick for the first time. There's been many other videographers like a guy called Danny Sloggett, who's done videos of Jaywick as well, so that's quite useful to find out about. So yeah, you haven't actually been there yourself?
No, I've been
not even for a visit.
I've been to St Os's, but that's nearest one, nearest to it.
Oh yeah, have you been to Walking on the Nose?
Well, you go back years ago.
Sounds like Punch on the Nose, doesn't it? On the nose. Walking on the nose.
No, we haven't been to Frenton on Sea. Felixstowe hasn't got a Witherspoons. Ely haven't got a Witherspoons. This
No.
I don't think I have got with, but this.
Yeah, Felix Stowe were going to have one, but I don't think that's going to pull through by the sound of
It's a
things.
shame because it's a good seaside place. Felixstowe, we haven't done a lot.
Trouble is with Felix Stowe is once you get on the train to there, it's a long walk to the actual beach. I've noticed that you have to get literally a taxi.
I'm sure it's not that far. If you got good legs, you can do it.
Absolutely, I'll go back to me.
Well, Felixstowe is a tricky
Yeah.
place.
Hello again.
Anyway, Felixstowe is a tricky place.
Yeah, it is, Julian. I absolutely agree with you.
Hills.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are things up place near where you are in East Anglia.
Just for fun, if you can guess what these are. I gave it away, didn't I?
I don't want to give it.
I don't want to give you that now. You could actually win one of these. Has anyone given away a prize of one of these, actually? I think most people worked it out what it is anyway. But what flavour it is, can anyone...
Which place does it come from?
Yeah, which actually head office is that crisp factory. Does anyone know?
It's definitely not in East Anglia.
Definitely a football team. If anyone knows the answer, just for fun, do let us know. And do stand by. Absolutely. This is the first sort of Q&A. Well, I would say it's not a Q&A. Well, it is a Q&A. And we did have a question from somebody about whether we should go to Letchworth Garden City. It is a new place to us, by the way. And maybe in the future we could look into that one. If there's another place. Bulldog. Yeah, I think I was not far from Bulldog. Biggleswade is not far from that. So, yeah, I literally had to get from Cambridge to Hitchin and then change at Hitchin. It's the Peterborough one from Hitchin. Goes through, of course, Leeds and then on to Huntingdon, but not that far. You go to Bulldog, I think it is, or nearby anyway. And, of course, there's a stop beforehand, and then it's Biggleswade. So somebody actually said, I think it's a councillor who actually watched one of my videos of Biggleswade, said there's more of the town. Now, if you're watching from Biggleswade, do let me know what it is more about the town than, of course, we showed you, because we showed you the spoons.
Was there a
Well,
shop there?
Hitchin, there might be. I definitely think there's a spoons there. Is it something Volts, I think? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I know it's definitely that.
Who thinks we should have a music shop, in Haverhill?
In Haverhill, in Suffolk. Haverhill is a unique town, by the way, I have to say.
With instruments and things like that, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A bit like one in Bury or something like that.
Well, that would be ideal, but of course, whether that's ever going to happen or not is another thing altogether.
Well, we used to have a sports shop. Like somebody a sports shop. They're all gone like the Bury and Cambridge area.
Can I get your Wi-Fi for a second?
Why?
Because I need to look up something, that's all. So, yeah.
No, I'm on the channel now.
I know you are, but, you have to come off it for a second and I'll just get onto your Wi-Fi just for a second. Because I can't get onto mine at the same time.
Why?
So I have to turn off the stream, wouldn't I?
I'm off it now.
Right, and you need to...
What?
I need to set it up.
Well, what do you want? What do you want to set up for?
I'll tell you in a minute. So, yeah, so what you need to do is hotspot. Allow others to join. I presume it should be able to, yeah, iPhone, yeah.
It's only one I want here.
Oh, right, there you go. You're on now. That's great. Hello, everybody who is tuning in right this minute. Let's hope we can do another half hour or so before it actually, goes over our time. We don't like to go over our time. We usually do about an hour or so, but, before it actually gets dark anyway. So, yeah, welcome to the channel, and thank you so much to the recent subscribers that have recently subscribed to us. Maybe they've spotted us in Great Yarmouth. I don't know where they've come from, but of course do let me know where you have come from so you can tell us if you have subscribed or you have been a recent subscriber, which is quite nice. So anyone wants to donate to us, feel free to do so, but you don't have to do so. We do appreciate it to keep us going and make us do more live things like this, or even go to do live walks or tours. We're not just necessarily a walk channel, we're a tour channel, if you like to call it. That's a better way of calling it rather than a walk channel. Some people just do it solo, and some people bring extra people on walks, you know. So it's kind of a tour channel, and we do a mixture of other things other than that. So if there's anything that you'd like to suggest, let us know as well. So of course, is it the Vaults? I think it's the Vaults in Hitchin. I think it's called that.
I've been to Chelsea with the peg.
Oh yes, the Ivory Peg.
The Ivory Peg.
Oh, it's the Angel Vault. Yeah, that's what it is, in Hertfordshire. So when I was in Hitchin recently, about a few weeks back, it was quite a few weeks back actually, it was in Hertfordshire, in England. So from here it's about 58 minutes on car, according to that. But yeah, it's only the statistics that I've got in front of me. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask along the way.
I was going to say something. Yeah, how much?
What's your question, Jim?
What's your how much petrol if you were driving a car to Yarmouth? Not one way going there and coming back. Say you want to stay there for a week.
It's a good question. That if anybody has any answer to that, if you was to have a car that you take to Great Yarmouth, it's an hour and a half from say Cambridge or even Haverhill possibly.
We got a Berry Way.
Just go the Berry Way. Let us know how much you would charge. It's probably going to be at least either 20 to 30 quid at least, depending on what direction you're coming from. You know, and do let us know, and you can let us know in the comments down below after the stream's gone up. So there we have it. Thank you so much for everyone sticking by today. I know it's been sort of up and down. At least some people have turned up to watch us, which is great. And of course, you know, we do get tongue-tied sometimes, but of course it's the first time that we've done a chat like this, and of course let's hope it's not going to be the last time. So of course we have programmed this to come out, and we have got some, or had some interest in people watching us. So yes, let's do a link here, because I need to get the link up here, and of course without the link I'm not able to share it to people. So we've got over nearly half a century of subscribers. It's getting there very slowly. You know, I had hoped we'd get to 1k this year, but it's not looking likely at the moment. But yeah, anything could happen towards Christmas time, and hopefully we'll get some more people interested in us more Christmas time. So there you go. So we've got the link on the chilling group right now. So yeah, it is the chilling group that we are on right now. So thank you very much indeed for joining us, wherever you are joining us. So I'm going to share the link once more, if I can, and people should be able to see this now. I think Julian's gone to the loo a bit. So welcome along, and yeah, hello to everyone. If you want to come and say hello to us on the channel, feel free to do so. You know, it's the Touring With Us chat, and questions are welcome along the way. And we've had one question so far from a audience member. So yeah, we already done the promo. You know, it's down to the main thing here, and we've got about half an hour left or so. We won't go any longer than that because it's getting dark here at this locational area. But first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that has tuned in, leaps and bounds this afternoon. And it is a Sunday afternoon here. And do let us know. We'd like to hear from you on comments section what sort of day of the week you'd like us to do a question show, like where you get the opportunity to ask the questions and have a chat with us as well. And of course, you can ask any questions. What is the best place that we've been to? All those kind of sort of questions you can ask at any time during the live broadcast that we do. We try to do it at home in the warm, but of course, it's not as warm as I'd like it to be. So that's the reason why we're slightly outside, although it is putting well, a bit like putting a hand in a fridge at the moment. It's quite coolish, you know, but it's not too bad. It could be a lot worse. But yeah, we managed to get, well, I managed to get a coffee. Julian had another tea, all for £1.50, you know, and he has his sugar in it as well at the same time. So massive warm welcome to anyone, even if you're watching from the chilling group on Facebook. We're also on Twitter and TikTok as well. If you've not spotted us there, we're on Instagram as well. All those lovely, beautiful sites here. And we will put some content on the other channels here. It's because we are focusing on this. We're trying to ramp this up. Once we get to 1K, we can sort of settle down and work on the other groups. But yeah, we will put some content, as in content, on the other groups like the social TV, which we still have. We have We Love East Anglia and We Love Hayward UK and Lumen's Platform. So Lumen's Platform is an event page where musicians can promote their music. That's what we're really aiming that group to be. And the other groups are just for those people like Hayward UK and We Love East Anglia UK. Perhaps we put the UK on there just in case people think that we are in America. I don't think there's a East Anglia in America as far as I am aware, but yeah, so we're not going to go abroad as of yet, but of course we are sticking in our own country for the time being. But yeah, we're focusing mainly on the East Anglia region, and we're hoping to go further afield a little bit, which we have been doing. So if there's anywhere outside of East Anglia which is easy access for us, do let us know. Is there any particular area of London? Is there Liverpool Street that we haven't checked out? That kind of stuff. There's loads of things that we could well be doing if we have your suggestions, you know. So you could ask, for example, would you like to go to Stevenage? Has anyone got a reason for us to go to Stevenage, for example? There's St Ives that we've been to. There's a part 2 of St Ives, talking of that we are hoping to do. We haven't got round to doing it yet, but of course there is a part number 2 to come. We only did the first part. Sometimes we occasionally have an extra walker, and I might donate towards the channel of that person if they do come on. So if they have their own channel, we may donate to that channel. So if you are a YouTuber that comes on our walk in particular, then you will get a donation. If you're not a YouTuber, then you obviously won't get a donation. But of course, yes, anyone's welcome to donate towards us as well. We have had donators in the past, and we did donate to 2 charities as well as us. But you know, we need to ramp it up towards our little goal before we start going back to charities again. But like I say, it's not that we have neglected any charities. It's just that we need to ramp this subscriber lark up here. And we thank all the recent subscribers that have subscribed to us at any one stage. It's been going leaps and bounds, and we do expect that from time to time, but we are so appreciated that it's gone really, really exciting. And of course, it's gone above what we have expected. But yeah, it's thanks to you lot as well by spreading the word. And if you do spread the word, you know, we do appreciate it. So Julian has maybe some questions of where we could go, suggestions maybe.
Well, if I can
speak up your voice, because hopefully the microphone will pick it up, Julian.
If I can remember any places, depending on travel as well.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, it's very difficult to announced, because on transport you don't know what's going to happen.
No, that's the problem about the transport. That's what we're lacking at the moment, because we don't know what to be expected on certain amount of transport. I know Matthew Hancock has actually put a petition in, like we have. I don't normally do petitions, but of course we ended up doing this one regarding the buses of the Haven 13, because some of them are not going directly to Cambridge. We don't know if that's actually true, but of course we don't know what's going to happen either. You don't know if it's going to be advised or revised again. I don't know anything about that until we are told otherwise. All that we know is it's going to stand as it stands, you know, the timetable that is on the Stagecoach site. So it's all to do with Stagecoach.
Yeah, can I announce something?
Yes, Julian?
If anyone's going to Mirco...
there's a news about Mirco Local and Mirco of Hayville in Suffolk. They are revamping it at the moment, and do tell us more about the revamping of Mirco, known as Esso these days. You know, it was formerly under the name of Mirco and Cost Cutters, Budgeons, that kind of thing. I think it's part of Budgeons a little bit, and it's Esso. The Esso Garage in Haverhill. Tell us more, Julian.
Well, if you're going into the shop, I will not bother unless you've got a car filling up your petrol. You can do that during the side window.
They're taking petrol, obviously.
Yeah. Let me finish. They won't be serving any shelf stuff that are closing to revamp it until the 13th of September, October. I beg your pardon. So don't go in the shop only for petrol at the moment as it stands.
Yeah, it's not open as a kiosk like it normally is.
No, not for a shop.
We're talking about the Esso Garage, not this thing here. Not this, but the Mirco Garage in that way.
There would be a sign on the door anyway. So that is your 2 weeks off that until they revamp the shelves. They've got to put new shelves and something to do with that. You know, I'm not sure if it's really making any difference if it's new shelves or old shelves. You know, I don't know. They're still going to say.
It's basically having a revamp till about 13th of October, I believe.
Yeah, something around that time.
Okay, thank you very much for telling me that information.
Only go in there for that petrol in the side window.
Yeah, only go for petrol.
The ANT machines.
Yeah, ATM, isn't it? It sounds like a copy place, doesn't it?
No, it's not.
AMT or something. I don't know. It's very confusing. But yeah, do stay and stand by with us. Is there any other news that we can tell you whilst we're here? The picture, by the way, I don't know if anyone can see that, is actually the picture of the kiosk of Easttown Park. We thought we'd give you that sort of logo of that, you know, to add a bit of glam there. It looks quite nice actually to look at. Is there anything else to mention? Of course,
just a reminder of the music tomorrow, and
yeah, just the music very quickly about that. That starts at 5 o'clock. Nice and relaxing is the actual name topic, and that's with Julian Spoons, and of course the commentator behind the scenes and a bit of presenting as well. Of course, you might be familiar with me here, and I'll be doing a little bit of that for copyright reasons, because of course YouTube does sort of sting you for a certain amount of songs, because you know, there's only a certain amount of songs that we can do without any talking on the top of it. So yeah, something that we put on the chilling group, who remembers One Foot in the Grave with Richard Wilson, which is not his real name. It's actually Ian Carmichael Wilson, and of course he's at the age of 86 at the moment, still going to this day at the moment. But yeah, he's more a Scottish director and actor, and still directing in theatres, I believe, these days. So that's quite useful. And earlier today, I just thought I'd give this a mention. Great Yarmouth Minster was live earlier for the service, and that was quite nice to hear. A bit of chilling organ and a bit of piano in that. That's the Great Yarmouth Minster there. It's definitely worth checking out there. Who's a fan of Mr. Bean these days, if you're in the mood for Mr. Bean? And that's all on the chilling group as well. So anyway, big massive hello to anyone on that chilling group right this minute here. And it is for everybody, basically. So we love Haverhill. Yes, we will go on there from time to time, and a huge thank you to the 1.1k members on that group. We're getting there with We Love East Anglia, and we need people to subscribe to our channel as soon as possible on this touring with us. See if we can ramp that up as soon as possible. Welcome to our new members of Julie Smith on the We Love Haverhill UK. By the way, it's all affiliated with touring with us, so we are connected in one way or another. And we can do some little bit of promos for other things. There is an organ recital with David Ivory. The Friends of St Mary's present the organ recital with David Ivory. Okay, and of course David Ivory, as in Ivory. So David Ivory has worked as a musician in the entertainment industry for over 50 years. He played organ professionally for the Granada, that's the Granada Theatre, and the Rank organisation. Was the resident organist at the Suffolk Mechanical Music Museum for 35 years, and sorry about that, and is now the principal organist of Grange Musical Collection. So his concert for £8 mainly, and if you are friends at St Mary's, it's £5. Refreshments are available, and his concert is on the Thursday, the 29th of September at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. That's at St Mary's Church of Haverhill in Suffolk. Remember where you hear that. So, and remember where you see the advert as well on that. So remember where you hear a lot of the stuff here on the channel, and of course I believe there's been some messages here that have been coming in. So you go. So yeah, I'm just promoting this show at the moment. And hello to Strawberry if you are tuning in. Yeah, I'm just trying to say hello to some people here. If you want to give us a thumbs up, feel free to do so. We're live at Feastown Park, as known as Easttown Park, here in Haverhill, just in case you haven't noticed the background already. But it's quieting down now that we're here, and we're still light at the moment, still light at the end of the tunnel with most things. So yes, let me just write this message here. Oh, a great thumbs up, whoever done that. Let us know who does the thumbs up, because we never know who does it. Thank goodness there's no thumbs down at the moment, because that would be absolutely catastrophic, wouldn't it? Especially when they did have the thumbs down. So yeah, it was great that of course they took that away and just had a dislike button, but nobody bothers to use that now, which is great news. So yeah, hang on, I'm just writing a message here. I'm busy. So there you go, busy as usual. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below, and like I say, we do appreciate the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get some more before the end of the stream this evening. And we are using our 4G signal here, and of course so far it's quite good. And the sound is not too bad, otherwise we would get loads of complaints. And actually I can go and stretch it as far as I can for a little bit, but we probably won't go any further than the cord would take me here. It's this little cord here, and let me just show you what it actually is. It's a little bit loose, but of course it's one of these things here, and of course it's quite useful. Welcome to the show, Julian. Yeah, it's like that. So yeah, it's one of those clip-on kind of things here, and it does the trick. That's the main thing. It's a little bit on the loose side, but of course rest assured I can still plug it in like that, like so. So there you go. It's looking like it's really professional here. So thank you very much for those who have stuck by to us. We've been going for 45 minutes here, and of course we'll probably go for a little longer. Is there anything else to say? But of course Yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly down here, but of course, is there anything else to mention? I might as well go back on the Haverhill site now. Let's see if there's anything to promote here. By the way, there's an Alex and the Bandits, something like that. Let's have a look at Luma's platform. I think he's got a radio interview on there, somewhere along the lines. Yeah, yeah. Alex and Bandits, amongst others, on the rock show on Ipswich Community Radio. Okay, and of course, this rock show was dated the 23rd of the 9th, 2022, and is eclectic rock show. So check out ICR, of course, Ipswich Community Radio, and of course, you'll hear, of course, Alex and the Bandits being interviewed on the radio. So that post is on the Luma's platform page if you want to check that out if you're on Facebook. So if you're not, then go and check it out anyway. And of course, yeah, Luma's platform is part of Touring With Us, just in case you're wondering. Also part of Touring With Us is We Love Haverhill UK, We Love East Anglia, and Social TV. So all part of us. And Social TV, by the way, is on Truth Social, which is available on iPhone or on Android, a little bit of. They haven't got the messaging board sorted out on that yet, but you can post videos on Truth Social. I think only Americans are on there at the moment. We need to get some UK citizens on Truth Social. Please do check out Social TV on that. Touring With Us is not yet on there at this moment of time, but hopefully we will be. But yes, and a massive hello to all the people on the We Love Haverhill UK. Of course, come and join an evening of music and song with Granta Vale Harmony. All proceeds go to the DEC Ukraine Humanitan, is it? Is it Humanitan? I don't know how that's pronounced, but yeah, appeal. Humanitarian appeal. So, of course, so book your tickets now. Obviously, they're £10 each, and of course, St Mary of the Virgin Church, Great Abington. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. Contact Peter 07884 932215 and peterlester12@gmail.com for more details. Somebody says they're looking for recommendations for a good, reliable cleaner to do a deep clean on a 3-bed semi-property in Haverhill. Once a week, clean thereafter. Many thanks. I wonder what price he's going to charge for that. So, yes. Danny Booth Gold.
Alex Bailey's in the chat.
Who's that?
Alex Bailey.
Hello to Alex Bailey. I can't see your comment, but of course, you know, it is there. Maybe it's a bit late. But anyway, massive hello to you. And of course, you know, thank you very much for joining us here. There you go. Just got the chat up now. Hi, it's Alex. Hello to you. And of course, we're just promoting some stuff that's come from the We Love Haverhill UK. Thank you very much for joining us here on Touring With Us. And of course, yo, Haverhill, what's happening? We are back this Saturday at the Rose and Crown for another night of all your emo bangers. You don't want to miss this one. You guys always go hard, all out emo. Playing live here on Saturday, the 1st of October, Rose and Crown Haverhill, £8 in advance, £10 OTD. totallywired.info/tickets. That's tickets, by the way.
Answer this question, Nick.
What's the question? We've got a question, I believe. Trying to get the chat up here, and there seems to be no question. What's the question, Dylan? Okay, can I ask a question about the law? We had loads of people asking us questions about the climate change recently. We refused to answer. On that note, we're not going to answer anything about climate change and other bits and pieces that we shouldn't really be talking about on here either. But yeah, if anybody does come up and claim that they are from the BBC, or even if you claim well, if you're claiming that you're from GB News, which I haven't seen many people do that because they are a small station at the moment. So yeah, if you are claiming from a TV channel and you're not, then we will ignore your questions. You've got to have full proof that you are from that place that you say you are from. But yeah, we always tell people, if we are going to do town interviews in the future, we always say that we are actually from what we are from, basically. So we're from touring with us. We are from touring with us, from no other channel, because of course touring with us is just a channel, and we are a genuine channel, and of course we ask genuine questions, not of course of an explicit nature like we have had recently, but we're not going to go into detail. Yeah, anyway, yeah, if anybody does ask us in the street like that, we would just walk away like the World Health Organization do when they are questioned about other things, which of course they should be accounted for. But anyway, that's another thing altogether. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about touring with us. This is what it's mainly all about, and we're not a political station, just in case you're wondering. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some interest of where we could go for a future tour. So if you have that in mind, do let us know. You've got about 9 minutes or so to ask us that question, where you think we are suitable to go to, or where you'd like us to go, depending on travel and where we can go. If someone was to offer a kind lift to us, we would be more than happy to oblige. But there you go. So yeah, if anybody does want to donate, you know the way to do that. Of course, Gofundme. Let's see if we can hit at least what we have been trying to aim for, the goal of, which is about £100, and we'll probably do a setup one. We'll set up a new one when we reach our target of £100. But yes, if you do want to donate, GoFundMe is the link to do so. And you could be entered within a draw to win a. Hang on, you're talking over me, John. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll come to that in just a moment. So yeah, once we reach our target, you could, well, if you are a donator, that is, be entered within just a monthly draw at the moment to win a Touring With Us mug on its way to you. But the mugs, if you do want to buy them anyway, they are priced at £9.99 on our little small shop that we have. And we might do other bits and pieces as well, like t-shirts and things like that as well. But we'll let you know the prices of that in due course. So yeah, Alex said about, of course, Newmarket. We have been to Newmarket. We have done that, you know, a few weeks back. Well, I've done a live video if you want to check that out. But of course, if you want us to go live there, well, I did actually do it as a live. But, you know, it's when we flick the cameras on, you know, going towards my face and going to the main part of the tour, then of course it is kind of like a live, but it's like a highlights edition. So we have done a video. I have done a solo there, but not with Julian Spoons for a while, but we could go there again. Is there any particular area that you'd like us to focus on in terms of Newmarket? Do let us know. Can you say something? Yes, you can, Alex. Do let us know what you'd like us to do. Yeah, what can you say to cheer us up on this Sunday afternoon? So yes.
As long as nothing political.
No, yeah. Anything to do with law, we will actually forget about that.
No, we're not.
We don't have lawyers.
No.
We ask
No swearing.
kindly, no, we don't encourage people to spam a channel. If you want to say something constructive about this channel, please do let us know. But if you want to say something nice about this channel as well, feel free to let us know in a kind and constructive way. So what is your question? So we're just waiting for your question, and whilst we do that, we'll keep on talking. I'll buy a shirt touring with us, right? Okay, send us your email. Oh, no, not email. Your address through our touring with us page, because it's secure and private, so no one else would actually see it. And of course, we will then send it to you as soon as you send us your monies towards it. It's £9.99, and tell us what size you are as well. That would be helpful as well, so we can, of course, tell our suppliers. So that would be great. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate that. And of course, you know, we thank you so much. And it goes towards the channel only. None of it we earn ourselves. And sometimes we have to bring our own money out and save our own money out and things like that. We have had little tiny donations from other channels, but of course, you know, but every little helps. Every little helps. Definitely, as the wind is going up here, quite strong here, as you might hear it here. Even though I've got windshield here, I don't know if it's actually picking up on the microphone, but of course, yeah. Is this microphone a lot better? Come and tell me, Alex. Here is the microphone a lot better with this on than it is without. I'm sure it's a lot clearer. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, just get in touch with us on Facebook on Touring With Us, and leave your address with us so that we can send it to you as soon as possible. So thank you very much. We do appreciate that. But yeah, and hopefully it'll be sent to your address as soon as possible as well. Yep. So that's all we need on that note. I have been in Haverhill, Suffolk for 1 year now. Wow. Have you liked it?
Have you ever seen us in Haverhill?
Have you ever spotted us in Haverhill? If you have, do let us know. Maybe you probably sneak up behind us and have a little short photograph with us. As long as you're not going to ask us about what is the current weather climate, what do you think about climate change, things like that. We're not going to answer any questions on that. You know, that's spamming in the streets. That's what you call spamming in the streets. But yeah, what I was going to say, yes. Yeah. Have you liked Haverhill? Is there anything that you want to improve about Haverhill? Because there's a lot of things that the youngsters could be doing, rather than, of course, rather than mucking about. Of course, I believe you're a shy person. Saw you in Greg's. Okay, perhaps we'll do. Would you like us to do a Greg's video? But it is quite difficult to do that because you've got all these people sniggering around you. So we're shy on that sort of note. As you say, you are shy as well. Thank you very much for spotting us here. Do let us know what sort of day of the week, or of course time of the day, that you'd like us to do a chat show like this, because we're hoping to do it on a monthly basis here. And of course, yeah, we don't want to do it too often because we'll get a bored reaction otherwise. We don't want to bore you to death. So, of course, what we would do is
A couple of times a month.
yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe a couple of times a month. I don't know. Depends what the audience wants as well. Julian, you can peer around the corner because they can't really see you much.
Yeah.
No, come forward a little bit. That's it. They can actually see you now. Just a little bit. If you just squeeze your, he's got half a Julian there. There you go. He is there. He is there. Absolutely. So come and say hello to the chat there.
Come and join us if you see us in the town.
Yeah, come and give that thumbs up to us. It all helps boost the channel up.
No,
Exactly. And you might even spot yourself in the park as well.
No hassle.
No, exactly. So of course,
it's to do with tours information as well.
Julian's actually watching on here. So if you're wondering what he's doing on here, he's actually reading the comments on here with the emojis there. Is that what they call it? I don't know. But yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Yeah, so hopefully we'll get to do one suggestion. Somebody asked us to do, is it Letchworth Garden City? Well, I'll look into that because I actually pass there sometimes going through the train. Nobody has asked us to do a place called Braintree, which I'm hoping to do in a couple of weeks' time. I'd have to probably go through London Liverpool Street. It's the first time I'd do it. I wouldn't really go to London on my own. I'm too shy to do that. As shy is the word today. No, I wouldn't do it for safety reasons, but I'd need some protection really. But I wouldn't go any further than probably Liverpool Street, because really I'm using that for a reason. I would actually go and change to get the train to Braintree. I just want to try it out. K-Payne, Letchworth Garden City is good because the train station is right in the town centre. Is there a Spoons there to check out there? I'm sure there is. I might be wrong. But yeah,
You and your spoons.
yeah, I tend to visit a Spoons each time. London Eye, Ferris wheel. Yeah, again, I wouldn't go into personally London myself on my own without, of course, a backup group. I don't recommend any sort of famous videographer to do that either. But they seem to do that. Some solo videographers who've got at least 11k subscribers would actually go on their own because they do solo tours anyway. So, maybe they are brave to do it, but it's absolutely up to them. Oh, there is a Spoons there. Wow.
You, your spoons and forks,
Yeah,
and knives and forks, baby.
I'm looking up now. Garden City. What's that? Did you get a cold shiver, Julian?
Oh yeah.
Can't explain that.
How far is that to Hatford?
Would anyone like a ghost program?
Oh God, no.
You just got me on that now.
That gives me a good fright.
Yeah. Yeah. I would actually like to do a Q&A with Strawberry's channel as well. If she's watching, by the way, I'm sure she'll be notified of this, and maybe she'll think about that.
Getting a little bit chilly now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to use the stand for that, and just imagine three of us doing a Q&A.
Stand by on that.
Yeah, maybe we'd do that. Oh, yeah, the free magnets is the JD Witherspoons in Letchworth Garden, I believe. Yes, it is. But how far is it away from the train station? Because I'm not really familiar with that area at this moment of time. But hopefully that would be good. Are you allowed to do fireworks? Housing Association Bungalow. Can you tell us what that means in normal language? Can you explain a little bit for us, please? What you actually are referring to, Alex? Because that was the comment that was coming from you there. I believe it was anyway. Fireworks.
Fireworks, not in house.
Does that make any sense?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, not in a house. You can't do it.
No, you can't do even a barbecue in your own home. That would be illegal to do a barbecue in your own home. Just imagine. We'll stay on for another, say, just as people are starting to tune in now, which is amazing. Rockets fireworks. Not in your own home, you can't do it. Not as far as I know. Google Maps says 2 minutes away from the Letchworth Garden City, which we will check out. That sounds like a good plan to do. But yeah, maybe I'll do it this week. I don't know yet. Christian, have you actually been to, or anyone here watching now? Have you been to? Have you been to Hatfield? You nearly lost my words there.
Yeah.
Hatfield. Yeah, I've been to Hatfield. Harpsfield. Oh, that's it. Couldn't pronounce it very well, but yeah.
Do you like fireworks?
Yes, only on bonfire night. We don't light fireworks, by the way. But yeah, they apparently go up in the air and they disappear somewhere and they make noises.
I went to Hatfield the other day and where I got my car fixed, sat in the gallery area.
I know where the gallery is. It's not far from the Spoons there. And that's where I had to ask, basically, to get a bus there. You know, you can get a bus there
Is
to
it a
the
friendly town, Hatfield?
Hartsfield
Is it a friendly
Hall.
town? I've never been there.
Well, it seems all right.
But is it, well, is it all right?
There's still people worried about COVID down there, but I mean, apart from that, it's a lovely place to go to. I was impressed with the spoons there. It's not too bad. It's quite a big spoons there. The only problem I did have with it is when I did a Facebook live there, because that's what I did at the time. I think I did a Facebook walk there. If you want to check it out, somewhere along the lines, I'm sure it's still on the channel somewhere, that I did a Facebook version. I actually didn't realise that, of course, you could cross over the roundabout near where the hotel is, near the Galleria, and then go towards the spoons that way. I had to end up walking all the way down the other end of the road. It's quite a dangerous road if you're not looking where you're going, actually, down in Hatfield. I have noticed that. And, of course, crossing it is quite a bit of a trouble. Unless you actually use the traffic lights at the roundabout. You know, that's something I have noticed about that, because you can't literally cross the road on that side of the road near the Galleria in Hatfield. But Julian hasn't known that because, you know, he's not been to Hatfield. But yeah, the only way you can get to that part of Hatfield is by bus. But of course, if you own your own car, it'll be a lot easier, obviously. But of course, we know cars are, excuse me, we know that cars are the most expensive transport system ever because of insurance. A lot of people don't think about that, but of course, some people like travelling by cars. Nothing to take away that at all. But of course, you know, affording cars these days, you know, as prices with petrol are going up rapidly. There's all sorts of transport problems, including bus services, including the Hayville 13 bus service, and of course even the X11s are apparently going from Bury St Edmunds to Cambridge, which of course a lot of people have been campaigning about that, including Matthew Hancock has put a hard complaint on it. Whether he'll do anything, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, like I say, you can even get a taxi there if you really wanted to, from the train station to the spoons if you really wanted to, but that's going to be an extra cost, obviously. Talking about that, of course, when we did the Great Yarmouth trip recently in Norfolk, we only had to pay about £4 from Euston Road to the train station, which wasn't too bad, actually, to say the least. And it was quite a nice little few days out, and we celebrated the Queen funeral, which was absolutely fantastic. Who here didn't think that the funeral didn't go well? Apart from, of course, you know, the odd few people might have disliked it, but of course, I think majority of people watching now would think what a funeral that was, and I don't think there was a bit of trouble, apart from the fact about the queue gate with Schofield and Holly Willoughby. That's the only issue that's been going around at the moment. I'm not going to have an opinion on that, to be honest with you, but it's been going viral on that, even on GB News, that they have been talking about it. They'll probably go on talking about it as well, a bit like the other news channels as well. So yeah, yeah, just make sure you don't jump the queue. That's that's what the Germans would do. But anyway, that's that. And of course, yeah, let's go back to the matters of hand here. We've got at least 20 minutes before we finish, because it is slightly getting dark now. And we'd like to thank everybody that's come on and tuned in to us today. And I do hope that we can do a chat show for at least an hour or so with, of course, Strawberry. I'm sure we'll come up with something. You know, it'd be a great idea. But yeah, we'd have to use a big camera for that. We'll have to use the camera stand, because you won't be able to fit us all in otherwise. That's God's honest truth. That's why they have several cameras at news stations and things like that, and TV programs. We don't have that facility. We only just have one camera. But yes, looking forward to looking into Letchworth Garden City, which sounds a lovely place to go to. And yeah, I did actually look at that up the other day. There is a accessible spoons in the area of Letchworth Garden City, which of course is not very far from Hatworth. Hatfield, sorry. Hatworth. I don't know a place called Hatworth. Maybe there is one.
Where's that place that is on the way to Letchworth City?
Have you been to Royston, John?
That's the one I thought about. Yeah, Royston. No.
Yeah, it's that way, you know.
Spoons there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called the the Manor House. Yeah, it's just trying to remember them. And by the way, of course, talking about the Wetherspoons apps here, I don't know if you've actually got one on your phones right now. If you do, let us know. And the reason why I say that is because you can actually label down all the spoons that you have visited and that includes the hotels as well. I put down hotels anyway because I've actually visited the hotels, not actually necessarily stayed the night. The only one so far to this day, unless it changes in the future, is that I've stayed the night in the Troll Cart. That was about 2 years ago in Great Yarmouth at the Troll Cart. And we did stay the night there, didn't we, Jonathan? And that was in 2019. And that was only one reason for doing that, because we went and had a ticket for Jim Davison at the Britannia Theatre in Great Yarmouth. And that's why we actually stayed the night. And what a hot night it was then, you know, and people were complaining about this year. But there you go, it's hot every time of the year like that, isn't it? So what difference does it make? It was just extra hot, wasn't it? Will it be that hot again? We'll find out.
The last time I went to the Troll Cart, the listing.
Yeah. I'm very anti-social. Right, okay. I'm very anti-social.
Why are you anti-social?
You weren't the guy that came up to us the other day, was it? The other day, asking about climate change. I just wanted to ask you that. But so yeah. So no, yeah. As long as you are here supporting the channel, that's all you need to do. And of course, you know, if you want to spread the word, feel free to do so as well. Tell all your friends out there, and you know, that'd be great, and it helps support the channel in a great way.
Not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. We've got 19 minutes left before we go now.
We don't do bad stuff.
Blimey, we're going over an hour or so, and an hour and 11 minutes so far on the clock.
Cool down.
Feels like a football match. Perhaps you'd like us to film a football match if we have permission to do so. That'd be nice. If we had permission from Haver Rovers or something like that to do a live touring with our football match, that would be nice to do a friendly or something like that.
Talk about football matches. When the football comes back next week, when people
don't think they'll pay us to do it though. Not like Sky or BBC.
We're going, say if we went to Norwich and some fans want to go to Norwich and they come from Fetman, it's going to be a problem if you're going on trains. If they're not going to do trains next week, to go to their ground.
Ah, yeah, that's going to be a problem for when people want to travel to football matches.
And so use alternative transport. Not everyone that drives a car for number one.
Yeah, what alternative transport is there? Yeah, you have to sort of question all these, don't you?
There's no bus from Thetford to Norwich.
No, they're not going to do replacement buses either.
No, so what they're talking about?
I don't know. We're getting politics now. No, they're getting into controversy. It's just, we're going to stay away from all that. Otherwise, we get people asking us questions about climate change. Well, it hasn't changed at the moment. Well, it's bound to get colder because it's the time of year, isn't it? So that's the climate change I can answer. So yeah, my coffee's got really cold now, but yeah.
My time because I've got to get a roast in.
I don't know if you spelled it right, but I think I know what you mean. Do you ever go into the Dravett Smock in Hayward? Well, actually, talking about that, there is a video coming up on Dravett Smock that I've done recently. A little sneaky one, but of course...
It's not the drama.
No, I know what he means. So, yeah, I'm not that stupid. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, please do check out the video coming up shortly about the Dravett Smock. Yes, it's the Dravett Smock, not the Dravett Smock. But, of course, yeah, it's a place that has been there for many of years. and it used to be amusement arcade back in the day, and I can tell you it used to be a printing factory, well, kind of printing shop, just where the main restaurant is now. So there's a little bit of history that I do know about that, and a lot of people think I don't know much about Haverhill, but I do know a little bit. So I'm not really a historian, so that is why I don't know too much about Haverhill, but I can tell you what I know.
It's expanding.
It's expanding, yeah, with a lot of houses coming up, especially in the Chalkstone area.
The shops back. I mean, we've got a few empty shops.
We can't tell you where we live, by the way. We're not allowed to do that. I can tell you it's between Sturmer and Haverhill. That's all we can say for now. That's basically where we are. We've not done a live there though, but I'd like to go and check out the Red Lion, the new owners up there, and see what they've got to offer down there. I know it's such a unique little area of, between Sturmer and Haverhill. I have done walks up there when the previous owners were around, but of course I haven't done it since. And I haven't checked out the food. Apparently the food is quite nice there, and of course there's been a lot of changes over there. And some people have disliked the place as well. And one day we're going to check out why they have disliked the place. And of course, whether we will get on with the new owners, we don't know. But of course, we're not here to mock anyone. We're not here to do that. We are here to, of course, find out the reason why people give things bad reviews. Some people do. Some walk channels do the most revolting hotels that you can ever stay in, like Pontins and things like that. But we don't do that. We don't go to that extreme. But of course, we have done the B&B in Great Yarmouth, and of course that is on the channel as well if you haven't already seen it. So 15 minutes left of the show to go if you want to stick around. Of course, Steeple Bumpstead is a nice village. Yes, it's all nice if you can get there. That's the question. If you know of anyone that drives in the area that could help us to do that, of course, do let us know.
3 miles.
And yeah, it's a 3 mile thing. I heard Burbrook is a nice little village as well. But again, of course, it's getting to those villages. We need the transport to be able to get through to these villages. There is, by the way, just thought I'd mention this because we've been doing Saffron Warden on our channel as well at the Bridge End Gardens, which is free to go in, and of course it's probably getting colder to do it this time of the year, but it is a nice little area to go around, and it's definitely worth checking out. The area, and it's nice little fountains of waters, flowers everywhere, and lovely views, that kind of thing, and the list goes on. And yes, there is a Spoons in the area. It's quite a nice one here, the Temenera. But yeah, I want to say that of course there is a new kind of service that runs up to about 6 o'clock, and they have taken over Stevenson's, which currently do Haverhill to Bury. I don't know if they're going to be bought out yet. We don't know yet. The way things are going at the moment, they are staying at the moment. We don't know if they are going to be bought out in the future. It's not surprising if they do get bought out in the future, but what I would personally say is they've got a new service there. It's called Central Connect, and of course it's whether they are reliable or not, we don't know. Well, we do know, but at the time that we first went on there, it was unreliable. They did not know what they were doing, and of course nobody knew where they were heading, and we ended up in Sainsbury's. But there is a contact number for Central Connect, which is I think it's Galore, is it, or Gallery? I think it's Gallery, I think, something like that.
Sure.
I think it is the company that runs Central Connect, and they run from Haverhill to Audley End, which stops at Saffron Warden. Saffron Warden don't have a bus station as such. They have bus stops instead, and it stops just outside the Spoons there. And of course they've got different numbers, and do check out Central Connect and the timetables for that as well. They are on the different numbers. It used to be the number 60 and the 59, but they changed the numbers to 321 or 320 and 319. I think the new numbers are. Right. Julian, yeah, you wanted to say something.
Well, if you
talk to us, Julian.
If you wanted to do steeple bumps, I'm afraid. Well, it's only a little small village. It's got to be some there worth
Going.
filming.
Well,
So,
yeah, like Claire. Nobody suggested Claire actually.
But it's getting there as well. But you got to.
Well, that's not too bad. There is bus service there.
Is there anything to film in steeple bumps?
Look at the audience, Julian. You're always looking at me. Don't look at me.
I'm just looking in a different direction.
No, don't look at me.
Is there anything in steeple bumps that it's worth filming? All there is houses and a parish church and a village garden, what do you call it? Or it could be a village football ground or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's a pub there, but it's only a small village. But it's got to be worth doing it if you want to do it. It's got to be worth doing it. Like it could be if you're filming Radminter. And then again, you've got to get there by bus or something like that. That's a small village as well. That's next to Bumpstead or something like that. Helen's Bumpstead, not far from there. And there's one with the village before you get to Radminter, which is it Hempstead or something like that? I think it's
Heading Castle would be nice to walk around it, but I mean,
that's the other side.
yeah. But the thing is about that, you know, it's getting there again, and Con Valley Railway is obviously another one to go to, but apparently it's quite expensive.
Braintree is difficult to get to because there's no bus from Hayward to Braintree.
Well, I'm hoping to get there by train and go that way.
Yeah, but that could be a different.
I just wanted to do something different and go through that way.
Do stand by on that, wait until we have the transport for that. But it's got to be worth. It's got to be worth doing. It's got to be. I
just wanted to show you that those dogs over there, how nice they were.
There's no point of going to these places when there's nothing to film, or you know, empty spaces. That would be boring. But we don't want to do that. But, I mean,
no.
It's got to be something interesting in that village that you like to film it. But you can't film so many people at the same time because they might get people not wanting to be on camera. But
there's a lot of people like that, yeah.
Yeah. So
that are supporting us as well.
That's why we have to be a bit careful on that.
Some people just startle us. And they might be watching now.
They do. Now, if you are starving us in the town, if you can, do stand by with us and just say your name and not you're from the next channel, whatever you call it. You've got to have proof on that. But at that point, so if you want to say hello to the touring with us group,
we've got 9 minutes, Julian. Yeah.
Right, and the for school kids. It's how you behave and how you've been taught. You have to be taught the right way in what we are doing as well. You have to learn a lot of stuff, which is not easy, but it's a little bit more difficult. But we move on to what we are discussing. So basically, I should do a chat show. I don't know why I'm coughing my way through it now. The show never ends.
we are the show that never ends here. So, we hopefully are.
So steep bumps is a good point, but it's 3 miles to walk it.
Okay.
It's a bit tricky, but it's not in the pipeline, but it could be if there's something specific you would like to film.
Yeah, so do let us know, by the way, and Julian's had his say for a moment there. Hopefully you could hear him very well, because we've only got one microphone here and it could pick up his loud voice, although mine's loud naturally anyway. But yeah, like I say, of course, we've got 8 minutes left to finish our live stream here.
Before I have my roast when I get back.
Still people walking dogs at this time of night. I can't believe it. But yeah, we hope to do another tour of, because Julian hasn't been there. Another thumbs up, by the way. I've just seen that. Well done to whoever's done that. Thank you very much. It's helped support the channel in a great way. So yeah, we hope, because Julian hasn't been there, Milton Country Park. before they take away the 9 service, Julian, from Haverhill. No, we don't want that to happen, but it's on the hour. It's on the hour, and they still currently run it up until the end of October. But of course, there has been, of course, petitions going on, and we hope that the petitions work this time, because I've actually put down my petition for that. I don't normally do petitions. I don't believe in them, but on this occasion, something has to be done. But anyway, let's hope and pray that our Matthew Hancock of the area of Haverhill, I believe he lives around Newmarket, we don't know for sure, but of course he might live around that area, and hopefully he will be in everyone's good books when he partitions on that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, massive hello to our moderators. Kim Smith is one of them. Strawberry is one of them, if you are tuning in absolutely anywhere. And also Nikki and Scott Smart as well are other moderators. And I'm not sure if the other one exists now. King Doge 09. But anyway, haven't seen him on there for a long time.
And the other part-time one.
Was there any other moderators we need to mention?
Not Crispy P, the other one.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't think of the name. It comes from another channel. So yeah, perhaps that hasn't been on there for a long time. Not Crispy P, the other one, isn't it? So yeah, that other moderator that has been on our channel. So yeah, I don't know if that person is watching right this minute now. But yeah, if you do want to be a moderator, Foxy B, that's it. Well remembered, and that was just before we finish here today. So we've been going for an hour and 24 minutes here, longer than your normal hour, Julian. So yeah, hopefully you will actually be a lot less than that, Julian, because your recital is usually about 45 minutes normally. Yeah, bear in mind, of course, you've got longer pieces, Julian.
Well, these should be short, but depends on the music.
75% battery on here. This is an old battery extension here, and of course the battery extension, you know, doesn't last forever. We do need another one, but yeah, we'll probably need another gimbal at some point as well. Gore, yeah, cold shivers everywhere. But of course, yeah, we're gonna leave it there in about less than 5 minutes, because we do want to stick to our time schedules. So
I have got to have a roast.
Sorry, you've got to have a roast. Who has a roast on a Sunday? Not me.
Yeah, it's not very often, but I mean,
I'd rather have a packet of crisps, although it's not actually good for you. In this packet of crisps these days, it's not just vegetable oils, it's sunflower, rapeseed oil in varying proportions, cheese and onion, dried onion and salt. They have a lot of ingredients in this these days. It's not just simple ingredients. And yeah, can anyone guess where this official factory has made these for many of years? It is, of course, the not the Runners. It's opposite to that. So yeah, I don't want to start advertising names at the moment. So the opposite to Runners. And where is their main head office? Can anyone tell us before we go?
We won't be going there.
Leave us a comment and let us know.
We won't be going there because it's not East Anglia.
No, not yet. We do know how to get to it if we ever did have to go to it, but it's a long way away from where we normally go. The furthest we've ever been is Peterborough, actually.
Well, it's near, the clue is near Birmingham. Has anyone been to Birmingham Maypole, whatever we call it? Have you heard of it?
Birmingham Maypole, is that the cathedral?
No, it's not cathedral. No, it's just a place in Birmingham.
That's it. I've never heard of it. Has anyone here heard of it?
Well, it's probably somewhere in Birmingham.
So what is the head office of this crisp packet here? So can you tell me very quickly, just for fun? You got 3 minutes. Quick, faster fingers first. Anyone? Yeah.
Is there a light on? No, there's no light. No light on.
With a huge smile there. Come on, we need some answers.
Another time.
We'll tell you the answer in a minute. Eventually. So yeah, all we can tell you is best before 31st of the 12th, 2022. Norfolk. Okay, that's a good guess.
Any more guess better than Norfolk? Anything better than Norfolk?
I thought loads of people know this. Think of Gary Lineker, you know. Yeah, about 10,000 miles away.
We've got something called Tasmania 1 Walker's Land. No, it's not Walker's Land.
Who said that?
It's something called Tasmania 1. Where are you watching from,
Walker's
Land, before we dash?
Yeah, have you subscribed to our channel?
If you have, you're fine. As long as you don't muck the channel up.
No spamming, please. Just answer the question.
No, this is a friendly channel. We don't want no swearing. Just like
Walker's Land.
Walker's Land.
Yeah, we want to be more specific than that.
No, the place.
Yeah.
We're talking about the place. We'd never go there, but
Yeah.
no, it's near Birmingham.
We've got just over a minute for anyone to get their answers in, just for fun, towards the end of the programme. So yeah, get your fingers buzzed in quick.
Otherwise, if no one answers it in time,
And we'll have to give you the answer anyway.
oh yeah, and the subject we've gone, and we can't ask the question.
What do you think of this place? About 100 miles away, according to Lee Hurst. Come on, if anyone watches the Lee Hurst at the Black Yards Comedy in London. So yeah, there's DVDs of that and on YouTube as well.
You need to be a bit more specific than Walker's Land. That's not a place.
So we're going to reveal the answer very quickly. Sunderland. No, it's not the answer. Well, the answer is actually written on all the packets and nobody bothers to look at them. I do a lot of the time. I don't know why.
Gone, and we can't ask the question.
No, the answer is that you all been daring to want to know.
I gave you a clue. It's
Well,
Birmingham.
of course, they're not doing very well currently in the Premier League at the moment because Brendan Rodgers has had kind of like poor results there. Leicester is the answer. So Leicester is the head office of Walkers and have been so for many of years. So of course, since 1948, can you believe, Henry Walker saw potential with a bite of positivity and he turned his humble spud into irresistible crisps. And then he said the opposite to runners name there, which we can't really advertise, but yeah, anyway, yes, we probably get demonetized for advertising because we get enough as it is with copyright. So we're not going to do that. So don't forget, of course, very quickly, of course, tomorrow, nice and relaxing with, of course, this man here before we go. Why are you looking over there, Julian? Yeah. And of course, he'll be doing his nice and relaxing with my commentary in the background to cover any copyright that, of course, YouTube do detect. So we do have to talk over the top of these tunes, although you will hear most of the tunes anyway. And we'll tell you why, of course, the kind of pieces have been chosen by Julian. And what kind of instruments are quite nice and things like that. And it'll be hosted by myself here, Nick, as in lovely decaffeinated latte, formerly known as lovely coffee. From all of us here, from Feastown Park, known as Easttown Park, get yourself a feast before the kiosk closes on a weekend basis at 4:30. So from all of us here, myself, Nick, and Julian, as in Julian Spoons, known as Plum as the fruit. I'm orange, by the way.
Good afternoon,
A few guesses to why he's called Plum. I'm not going to answer that one, Julian.
No, I'm not going to answer either. Now, tomorrow...
Okay, yeah, I've already told him that.
No.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Very quick, because we're right out.
It'll be about 6
Quick.
to 8 pieces at least.
30 seconds, okay.
That's what we can do. That's what we can do.
Yeah, join us at 5 o'clock and join Julian as well. And from all of us here, thank you very much for all the thumbs up. Thank you to all our moderators if you are able to tune in. And from all of us here from Easttown Park in Hayfield, Suffolk, it's goodbye and have yourself a lovely sort of dinner roast if you're going to have that, and a lovely rest of the Sunday evening. Bye for now.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Have a nice afternoon stroke evening.
Everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you next time.
See ya. We'll leave you with the view of the kiosk of Easttown Park. Well, that went well.
Do you need the